Good afternoon and welcome to the 1995 Interleague clash at Naracoorte, South Australia between the KNT and G&D. And I'll explain that very shortly. It's the Cowrie, Naracoorte and Tatiara Football League taking on the Geelong District Footy League here this 10th of June 1995. And good afternoon to my co-commentator extraordinaire in Johnny Turkey Watson.
Thanks, Ronnie. The brain man.
That's it.
Okay, we got the ball scrimmaged around. Not much has happened in this first 30 seconds. We'll get things under control in a minute. But Mark Nolan and Glenn Nolan are the two.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes,
Centrals with the same surname from different leagues.
Thought we had a misprint there. But
good luck anyway, boys. Luke Bolsh, Paul Boyerbauer, Mark Gray and David Sharp in the goals. All the best to the men in white.
Okay, I'm on the call now, and let's hope it's a good one and a good game as the play is in the Geelong and District's half-forward area. They're kicking with the advantage of what is perhaps a 3 or 4 goal breeze. Depends on whether the rain comes or goes. It's most probably a 5-6 goal breeze if the if the ball stays dry. Big Burger, Hank Bedell gets the tap there, and a defensive tap it is, and goes through for the first score of the day, and that's a behind to Geelong and Districts. There'll be some great matchups here as the day goes by. I'm totally in the dark as far as Geelong and Districts go, but we'll soon sort things out as we go along.
Mate, the highlight, I reckon, Andy Judd, the full-back and vice-captain against Wayne Taekwon. Gee, that's going to be a colossal tussle.
Buff Jude it is, and he just kicked that back from out from full-back then, and it comes to where Geelong and Districts have got a player there under a fair bit of pressure, and the ball scrimmaged around, and it comes from Gurney. Drew Gurney got the handball out, but it went to the base of the pack with Big Hank Bedell. He socked the ball on the ground. The K&T have got a runner there. He picks up the ball, and it's number 14 as he swings around, and that was David Skirmer, and gets the ball down where it's kicked towards full forward area. Players using their body, and it comes back out to where it's 14 there. Stewie Scott, and I'm just going to be a little bit hesitant with the K&T players because we haven't had a full round of matches, and some of these guys are new to the league, so it's going to take a while to pick them up. 14 teams in our competition. A third of the way through the season. We haven't seen all clubs yet, but we'll do our best to keep things in order as play goes by. And it was Skirmer who got the tap to McCarthy. Chuka McCarthy there to number 20, and that was Phil Forster. Phil Forster, the captain coach of Naracoorte, kicks it down to where's half forward. Comes back to Skirmer. He's had a few touches already. Back to where it is there in
James Bury.
James Bury, yes. He's looks a lot different. He plays for the club I follow in Bordertown. He looks a lot different in those colours, of course. And the chain of hand passes comes back to where Scotty McFarlane boots in a long bomb. It floats in the air. Nobody can pick it up when it's defensive work there by Geelong and Districts, but it's thwarted there by Corey Baxter, and he sees the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Yes, certainly. And Scotty Cowie, he went over the top, or attempted to, but fortunately for his little there, it's out of bounds, and right forward pocket. We see now good hands, opportunity here, Cornwall to the run of Scotty Simons, the Anarchy boy, long bomb out there to the outer side. Great mark, courageous mark, Corey Flanagan. Up he gets on the right foot, his non-preferred side. It's a lovely kick to half forward. The leader, Beauty too, and Nappies Colliger takes the grab at half forward.
So it's Colliger now, plays on quickly. He's got a man under it there in Andrews. Shane Andrews kicks down to where a leading full forward there, and Wayne Taekwon it is. And I'm not real sure if he's full forward or not, but it was a good lead. Yes, it is. Thumbs up from Ronnie. And it is the full forward having the first deliberate shot for goal in the match.
Kicked 66 goals from 9 games, mate.
So far this year, so he's looking good. This time it's a good strong kick across the face of goal. Big Hank Bedell uses the fist and punches it through for a behind. So the scores are locked together. Been playing about 2 minutes in this big interleague clash here at Naracoorte. Conditions are pretty good considering the way the day started off with driving rain and howling winds. But these are top class players. They know what footy's all about. Let's face it, Ronnie, football's a winter sport, and you've got to get out there and do it no matter what.
Yeah, you certainly do, and we're just waiting now on Buffer. The vice-captain, Andy Judd, long bomb. Beautiful kick, just back to the centre half forward position. Lovely clearing kick, fist away. Good work there from the GDFL side at ground level. Very busy for them was McCarthy. He looks pretty talented, that boy. In he goes again, kicks off the carpet. Lovely clearing football, and away goes the NT League.
Through Michael Jones it was. Jones kicks along the boundary line. It looks like it might nearly go out, but a good defensive mark there by Geelong and Districts, and they kick the ball back towards centre wing. This player's under the ball. We've got the player there in Flanagan it was. He swings around, gets the handball away to a teammate, then they drive the ball long in towards half forward. A good mark there to Mark O'Toole at the back of the pack.
Absolute beauty.
They all flew. He sort of stayed down, then put in the big effort at the last moment when it counted and took a mark. This will be interesting to see whether he's within scoring distance. He bombs the ball in long. He's got his big man there in Tyquin. Tyquin can't take it. He's kicked a bag of goals already, but taking nothing away from his opposition over there. But he might find things just a touch tougher out here today against interleague footballers, and he's got Buff Jude on him, and he's as mean as they come. From the boundary throw-in, it's a play on's the call. The umpire puts the arms in the air. Players dive on top of the ball from all angles. Now it comes out towards Geelong and Districts through Camerotto, I think it was.
Yep, Banana.
What's his name there? The Banana Bender, they call it.
Banana Bender.
Yeah, we're far from banana country at the moment. It's bloody iceberg country here at Narracourt. But we've got a set shot now, and it's not going to be a set shot play on, or the good vision there. Loose man there in Daryl Jones.
The leader of the band, this boy. Captain coach of North Geelong. He'll run all day, and he's got a harder goal, this boy.
Right, we've got the bandmaster having the set shot for goal, 35, 40 metres out. Almost directly in front, kicks the ball high. The wind has its effect on it, holds it high. Big pack of players. 7 there. That was, I just think it was Hector Clark. It was Mandela Ruckman representing the K&T today in the navy blue colours. Hector Clark from full back. He's an interleague player from for quite a few seasons. Hank Bedell has the ball punched away, and we see the shot there by Davey. It was Ashley Davey. Shots offline, and Ronnie, this would have been ample time, I think, for Geelong and Districts to have a goal on the board. It's you don't like to panic. We've only been going 2 or 3 minutes, but you just get the feeling when a side kicks with the breeze and they get 3 or 4 behinds on the board, you think, well, would have been nice to have 1 or 2 majors instead.
Certainly, and they're just taking a little time in settling down, adjusting to the blustery conditions. Let's just hope they can draw first blood shortly. As we see, Buff now, lovely kick again, a beauty, high flyer.
Gurney, Drew Gurney it was, through from the back but couldn't take the mark. The big blonde head was high above the pack, but the hands didn't hold the ball, and it comes to the ground once again, a punch away. Good hands there by Nev Cornwall. He gets the ball out to where it's 12 in Jackson. Jackson swings around, finds, on his left foot it was too, finds a loose man in the forward pocket, and once again Geelong and Districts will have the deliberate shot. I'd say this is be their 3rd shot on goal. And Ronnie, who's got the ball over there in that forward pocket?
Yeah, Daryl Jones, I would suggest. Sid, as he's known to his closest friends, and I hope that I'm still one of them, Sydney. He'll come in from about 35 metres. The Gary Ablett of Geelong District, wearing that famous number 5, Guernsey, pops it through from 35.
A good opener there. They've had their opportunities, but that's always nice to get the first one. So Geelong and Districts 1 goal 3. K&T yet to score. K&T have been into attack once into the strong breeze. Geelong and Districts had the majority of the play, and the next few minutes will be very important. If Geelong and Districts can bang on a few quick ones, they've made the use of the breeze. If K&T can bottle it up, they've done a good job.
Yeah, they certainly have. Geelong and Football Umpires League first quarter shows GDFL 139. K&T Footy League yet to score.
From the centre of the ground, it comes towards Plover it was. That was Stouty. Brett Stouty gets it across there to the number 20 player there in Phil Forster. Forster kicks the ball in high. A big fly from the back there by Roger Gibbs, but he couldn't take it. And we see a boundary throw-in, is it, in the forward pocket?
And there's Wayne Tyquin on screen now. Our director downstairs playing some tricks, just giving us a bit of caption of the warm-up before the big clash.
Yes, I'm not used to this professional sort of business here. We've still got black and white telly where I come from, let alone replays. But from the snapshot, it's a good one. Players fly, but Geelong and Districts player on the ground there. That's the concerning factor. That's the big man there in Scott Cowie. He's struggles to his feet. Wants to take the kick off. I think he's capable.
You'll be right. He's as tough as nails, that boy.
Looks around now, he goes short and he finds Jones. Jones it is kicks the ball to another loose man there in Eves. Eves it is, takes a bounce along in front of the commentary position, kicks in towards half forward now, a neat kick but a high kick. Gurney punches the ball away from an opponent, comes down to where K&T have got the run of it through Stouty. Brett Stouty it is, but it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Brett Stouty, a top interleague performer over the years. It's a shame his older brother Craig's not playing. He's been the captain of the K&T team over a number of seasons. In fact, he's led them through a couple of country championship wins. From the boundary throw-ins, Drew Gurney lost sight of it. The ball's gone to ground, and we'll see a boundary throw-in on half forward.
The highlight of the Geelong District side, and as you saw then, Corey Flanagan from the Bannockburn Club, tough as nails, and tackling is the highlight of his game.
Right, he'd certainly done it well then as the ball comes out towards it's Noel Vincent. Vinny gets the ball across towards the outer side, but with the run of it is Nev Cornwell. He's got the boundary line to contend with as well as an opponent. Scotty McFarlane it was, and Scotty McFarlane, a youngster, only 17 years old, playing his first interleague match, had a stint down at Glenelg last year, started in the under-16s, worked his through to the way to the 19s, then the reserves, then come back and had a crack at the back with his own club, Bordertown. From the kickback, it comes where a strong mark there, and it's been taken by we'll pick him up in a minute. Ronnie, you'll know the name.
Yeah, it's Jones. He's got the footy, just kicking the ball back to him there.
He's been popping up all around the ground in the early stages.
Yes, the old veteran, mate. Not getting any younger, but he just happens to be where the ball is all the time.
You don't have to run that quick. You just got to run to the right place. And from that kick, it comes towards half forward for Geelong and Districts. Scrimmage again, and this time I think the umpire will call for a bounce down. Big Hank Badell there. We haven't mentioned much about him, but he's also represented South Australian countrysides on a number of occasions. A fine footballer, born and bred at Bordertown, had a go at coaching a couple other clubs in the league, but now he's back at Bordertown at the moment. And from that piece of scrambling play, the ball's picked up, but it's only a short kick. It's tapped away there by Mark O'Toole. He can't get any real clear advantage, and it comes out to the run of Stouty. Stouty kicks the ball in to where he's got Forster. Phil Forster traps the ball, dives on it as well as an opponent, and he gets a pat on the back. That was Craig Eves gets a pat on the back from a teammate. Well done for holding it up. And we see a bounce down on centre wing now, and it's pretty even sort of a tussle at this stage. It comes back towards Brett Stouty, the Mandela wingman playing for K&T. Kicks the ball down to where 14 there is Skirmer. He's played well so far, out to where we've got Jones. Once again, Jones gets it across to a teammate who kicks it wide, and we see it out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Sydney Jones, Dazza, captain coach of North Geelong, marvellous early stages. Now, we see the K&T boys. A long bomb up there. Jones high fly. Couldn't get a candle on the footy. Good support there. Stewie Scott goes straight to the boundary line. Looking there for Brad Spicer. Can't find him. We'll have a throw in 55 metres from the K&T goal. And the big man, David Sherber, I think he'll do the ruck contest in this boundary throw in.
Yes, he's representing the Kingston, plays for the Kingston club, representing K&T today, but we haven't seen anything of him. A good handball by Scotty McFarlane across there to Michael Jones. Jones kicks caught by the wind. It comes into where he's got a player there, flag high in right. Gibbs it was, I think, in the forward pocket under quite a bit of opposition. A strong play by Geelong Districts to force the ball out of bounds. Skirmer once again, he's got a hand in the opponent's back on this occasion, and we'll see a free kick going to the little man in the competition.
Yeah, good commitment there and courage, getting in front, sacrificing his body, Nevada Cornwall. He chips it over the top to one of the best ruckmen in the Geelong District Footy League, I got to tell you. And coach of Werribee Centrals, Brenton Vilsons, goes short, finds Twanger Scott. Great running from Mark O'Toole. Sharky, a long bomb. It's a beauty. Bit well weighted there on that occasion for Drainer Andrews. Back of the pack, the race is on. Jackson, can he beat his opponent? He's hotly pressed there by Nolly Vincent, and good support, sees the ball back in arms of the big fella.
Gurney, the two big men combined. Gurney to Badell. Badell kicks the ball towards the outer side. It's a strong kick into the wind, looking for Scotty McFarlane. Scotty can't take it, and good play there by Nev Cornwall. He's been a live wire on that outer side, centre wing so far. Across there towards Colliger. Colliger kicks in, a good mark. No, it's play on. No, a mark's the call. And it's the big man there, Hector Clark. Cool as they come in a crisis. Hector to relieve from the outer side for K&T now. He kicks for the good-looking, strong kick into the breeze along the outer side. Scooter McFarlane McFarlane can't take it. It comes towards the back of the pack. Opposite number 6 there, Colliger. Colliger gets the handball across there towards his Cornwall. Cornwall, as I said before, active on that outer side. There's been a lot of play over there. Let's hope the boys have got their zoom lens on. We haven't seen too much close up here as it comes to the outer side once again. Medill tries to get an angle on the ball, sockers it across towards where he's got a teammate there. He kicks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Skirmer flies, can't take the mark, but he punches it down to where Geelong and Districts. They're undecided, but it's 24 there, and Membry kicks the ball down where Gurney's pushed in the back, and the umpire will...
Yeah, a bit tough, I felt. I thought he slapped his arm away from the footy, and in my opinion, that was pretty good football from here. But anyway,
I reckon it was pretty good umpiring from the commentary box, actually. But we see Big Gurney now. Naracoorte born and bred at this stage of his life coaching Border Districts. He kicks across towards the loose man, and Big Hank Bedell, the big burger, kicks down towards half forward. Players outnumbered, but Skirmer's done well, got the ball to ground. Then it comes down from a handball across to 24 there in Membry. Membry across to his big ruckman in Vilkins. Vilkins with a wobbly kick. It was a good mark under the ball.
Trainer.
It's
Shane Andrews.
There. Andrews it is.
Yep.
Andrews to kick right on 50.
Shane Andrews, very talented left footer from Bannockburn. Big job today at centre half foot. Oh, he's gone short looking for Sydney Jones. But the ball, and someone's got to tell Tyke when to get on the right side of his opponent. He's on the wrong side all day. The ball is going to the left, and he's getting outpointed every time, as we see now.
That was Hector Clark over there relieving, and he's an expert at playing a loose man in defence, and I've seen him play in grand finals for his club Mandala when he's taken up to 20 marks and dominated games on his own. Oh, Scotty McFarlane intercepts well, gets the ball back to Skirmer. Skirmer's ridden into the ground, and the umpire says he made no attempt to get rid of it, and getting up with it is Cousins. John Cousins it is. His kick puts Cornwall under pressure, but he was equal to the task and got the handball away. Play on footy is the style at the moment as it comes down to where the big man there, it can't take it. It comes back out towards Berger. There's plenty of big men out there, and the big Berger gets it across. That's Bedell. Across there to 9 in Vincent. Noel Vincent with a couple of important touches. A fumble there by Eves. Eves finds out that he hasn't got a great deal of time in this standard of footy, but he gets the benefit of a free kick. He's over the ball. That's all you got to do, and he's got the free kick.
Yep, no prizes for second, and Craig Eves, who is pretty cool on the crisis, just chips it over the top. Sydney Jones is doing as he likes at half forward, and very loose checking for mine. The Ruck Rover enjoying being where the ball is so far in the game and has led by example.
Yes, if he's a Ruck Rover, well, he's leading somebody a merry dance at this stage. He's found plenty of open spaces on this big Naracoorte oval, and he's lining up directly in front, 40 metres from goal.
He's kicked one.
Kicked one already. This one looks pretty good off the boot as well. They all like it. The goal umpire likes it as well, and that's the second goal to Geelong and Districts. 2 goals, 3, both off the boot of Jones. KNT, 1 solitary behind.
Yes, good work, good running, Sid Jones. He was on the half back here a moment ago and followed the ball down, creating a fine opportunity again for the Geelong and District Football League. Geelong football umpires, first quarter scoreboard, Geelong and District 2-3-15, KNT, their 1 point.
Yes, it's interesting to have a look at the time clock. I suppose we've been going 10 minutes, around 10 minutes, I would think. So Geelong and Districts there with their second goal now, 2-3, starting to make the use of the breeze. But KNT just hanging in there. They've got a bit of pressure on, but you've got the feeling they may wilt at some stage in this quarter. It's Geelong and Districts attacking relentlessly from the outer side. Ball comes in, but a strong mark there by the player there for KNT and Forster. Forster it is, undecided. He's going to kick towards, it's the scoring side for Geelong or Districts. Let's hope it's a good kick. He's got Brett Stouty there. He gets his opponent to the ground. It comes out to where we've got Corey Baxter. Corey Baxter gets the ball back. It comes to where, it's almost a free kick. Good pressure there by Brett Stouty. The ball comes out to Skirmer again. He's done well. In fact, he hasn't done that many things that well, but he's just been in the play all the time. The big Wayne Tyquin kicks the ball in the air, comes to Berger. Hank Bedell tries to use his strength, but there's some strong boys in the opposition. Comes to the artful dodger. Chuka McCarthy with a good handball towards a teammate who kicks a scrubby looking kick towards the outer side. We've got Eves with a run of the ball. He's taken on there by Kyle Atkinson. Atkinson gets the ball, scrimmages along, but it comes where KNT have got the run of it, scooped up there. Once again, it's Hector Clark, kicks in short, and it comes to where there's Scotty McFarlane playing a good game for a kid. He's well in his first season of senior football, and he's a long strider and he moves well. This time it was a shocking kick, but it drops right in the arms there of Gary James. Gary James, the rover, gets a player running past and kicks towards half-forward. Skirmers under the ball. Oh, good roving there by Corey Baxter. What's he done with it? I think Corey Baxter has put it through. That was a great piece of anticipation, running to the right spot at the right time, and a goal into the breeze is a great one for the KNT, and they're 1 goal 1. The visitors 2 goals 3. Geelong and Districts 2-3-15. KNT scoring their first goal, 1 straight goal, 6 points.
Yes, and an opportunist goal, very classy stuff, and read the flight of the footy superbly on that occasion. Corey Baxter, fine goal, back to the centre. The big fella in Hank Buttle, he guts the ball down as well. He's doing very well at centre bounces. Kicked off the carpet to half forward. Loose ball now, under pressure as we see the ball. I think you'll find go out of bounds. Yes, it does. Good pressure, Sid Jones, on that KNT player. Picking himself up, Mark Bates it was. Boundary throw in at Members' side of the ground.
Once again, we've got these 2 big men going at it. Bedell for the KNT. It's Wilkins for the Geelong and Districts. KNT get a kick that doesn't even go the required distance. Caught in the breeze. Oh, Brett Stone, he made the commitment and went in hard. Comes down to where we've got Corey Baxter running. He can't take it. It comes where the runners are there, all determination on the face there of Scott Simons it was, but it comes back out to that player in 11 once again. Corey Baxter. Corey Baxter lines up for goals. Oh, a diving lunge. Desperate play by Geelong and Districts in the last line. Scott Simons, or Simmons, is it? Scott Simons. And if he wasn't there, that was a dead set goal. And Corey Baxter, I haven't seen him play this year. I've heard a bit about him, and I'll tell you what, he's impressive.
Looks all right, yes. And Cowie's elected to go straight down the centre of the ground. Good football. Brenton Wilkins takes the easiest of grabs. A little bit of pressure there from Skirmer, but Wilkins now with the footy goes short to Scott at centre wing in front of his opponent on that occasion in McCarthy. Now, Scotty, long bomb, looks to the leads there of Andrews, pushed out of the contest. Nice mark taken.
Drew Gurney it was.
Yes, and Drew Gurney looks quite impressive there at half back.
He's a high flyer and pretty confident with whatever he does. Once again, it's Skirmer under the ball at half forward. McCarthy taps it forward. Back out towards Corey Baxter. Corey with a handball towards Scooter McFarlane. Scotty lines up. What's he done? It's a beautiful kick. Put it in the air on the left foot. Let the wind do the rest. And a lovely, stylish piece of play by the 2 youngsters. It was Corey Baxter over to Scotty McFarlane, and KNT's second goal on the board, 2-2 to 2-3, and just goes to show that scoring can be easy if you come down the right side of the ground.
Yes, certainly. Good running football again from the KNT side, and finished it off nicely, the young fella, didn't he?
They talk about the little 1%ers, and that one of Chuka McCarthy's there, the number 18, the red fella, just tapped it forward. Wasn't a lot in it, but it was just enough to deviate the ball and get it going in the right direction. And he's always in the play, and just little things like that sometimes go unnoticed, but it just happened to be in front of us, and that almost set up that goal. Back in the centre now once again, it's the big ruckman head-to-head again. This time Bedell goes uncontested, gets the thump down where it's tapped forward towards 24 there in Membry. Membry at centre-half back, but he's not equal to the task, and it comes to where it was KNT through Jones. Jones kicks down, but it's a relieving mark in the back line there for Geelong and District.
Yes, Scotty Simons, it is. The Anarchy boy goes a long bomb out there wide, looking for Nevada Cornwall. Can't take the mark, but he recovers well. Now, settles himself, looks up the ground for the lead, and in front, Ashley Davey takes a fine grabber. Davey now, waste no time. Looks up the ground there. Doyle Flanagan under pressure, knocked away. Well done there from his opponent. Loose ball. Andrews, kick well smothered again. Now, what's going to happen here? Pack of players formed, all going in strongly for the leather, and the KNT boys come out with it and breaking clear now, Phil Forster.
Comes out to where Corey Baxter flies and doesn't take the ball, and Scott Twanger, they call him, and yeah, he is pretty light on there, but obviously a good player. Oh, the big fella's taken on by the smallest fella. Good tackle by Chuka McCarthy. He's bred tough and knows how to tackle. Pulled the big man down, and it comes to advantage of KNT. We've got a free kick there now going direction of Scott Cowie. So the big guy, the big full back for Geelong Geelong Districts, this time with a sweeping handball over the top of the pack and opens up play, and it's kicked down forward, a long driving kick. That's where the advantage of the wind can be taken. It's tapped forward by Gurney across to Stormy Winter. Winter can't do much with it. It comes back to Geelong Districts, and it's a handball across there to Jones. I think it is the goal scorer, with aiming up for his third goal. This time,
get him on the right side of his opponent, for God's sake. If he does it again, I'm fair to him, I'll jump out of the box and have a go myself.
That's Boof Jude.
Well, the ball's been dragged to the left of this contest all the time. He's on the wrong side.
I think that's what you call experience by the full back there. He's reading the flight of the play pretty well, and Boof Jude and Hector Clark are doing a fine job there in the last line of the defence. From the kick, it comes to Scotty McFarlane. He's the runner for the K&T at the moment. Here's kicked down to handball to Forster. Forster, we're down to full forward area. We've got the big man. I've been impressed with this guy, number 14. He just puts his body in. Skirmer does Skirmer across there towards Baxter. Is it he couldn't take it? Comes down where it's scooped along by Geelong Districts, and they look just a little bit panicky at the minute, Geelong Districts, under a little bit of pressure there as we see Roger Gibbs chasing the ball, but it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Boundary throw in on half forward for KNT.
Tyke would move to centre half forward. Andrews to full forward. Okay.
From the boundary throw in, it's the big man in Vikings gets the knock, but it comes to Brett Stouty. Brett Stouty with a long handball to Hank Bedell. He can't take it, but it's open to play up if nothing else. Geelong District's got the chance through the ruckman to Cornwell. Cornwell's done pretty well actually. It comes across to forward Flanagan. Flanagan kicks down towards full forward. Players leading, and a gutsy bit of players. The ball's tapped forward too. We've got Davey. Ashley Davey lines up, and he's found the man. Ashley Davey there.
The banana.
Number 17 it is. Camerotto. What can he do?
Great football, and it was all set up by Shane Andrews, who's just been moved to full forward. How he attacked that footy and just kept it in front of him, and then was swept away by Davey, who's found the banana.
And the banana's gone straight. Just when he needed the banana, he's as straight as an arrow.
Disappointing.
Straight.
Bad loss.
Out of bounds,
Bad
is
miss.
it? No, or a behind?
That's the point.
Goal umpire goes for the one flag, so under the circumstance, I think he was lucky to get that. It was a shocking kick considering the wind was over his shoulder, and from the set shot, had time on his side. Talk about time on their side. I think they're running out of time this quarter, actually, Geelong and Districts.
Certainly up.
Only two behinds up, and getting well into the closing stages of this quarter. Forster, it is, goes down, I think it is, or is it 22 there in Jones, Michael Jones.
Raps on this boy too, they tell me, can play.
Yes, captain coach of Penola, won a medal, best and fairest medal in the Western Border League a couple of years ago, so he knows what footy's all about. But from the kick, it's into the breeze, it held up in the wind, and it was Twanger Scott to took the mark once again. Scott kicks a nice kick, just calmly kicks it out towards half forward, but it's taken there by Gary James. James's delivery is up in the air. We've got a strong play there. Lucky to get away with it at the end was Cozens, but he got the ball down where it's Boof Jude meeting the ball, and now we've got he overruns it. Jackson with the shot for goal. He's got a man under it, and it's Ashley Davey. So Ashley Davey shouldn't have too many problems putting a major on the board for there. It's about 25 metres out from goal, almost directly in front.
Very classy ruck rover half forward for the Corio Football Club, which is coached by Wayne Tigran. As I mentioned, has kicked 66 goals. This boy's kicked 38 as well, so he 39 I think for the season so far, so loves to kick him.
A good combination, kicking a lot of goals. What's that, 66 and 30 odd? We're up to a century between the two. So he lines up now, and he's put it, what's he done with it? This time it's a major on the board, so that's the third goal for Geelong and Districts. And once again, the goal kicker there was
Ashley Davey. And Corio presently sitting on top of the tree undefeated too in Geelong and District footy. So yeah, and they're probably two very good reasons why.
100 goals between them, it takes a bit of stacking.
Certainly does.
Just wait for the ball to relayed back to the centre. Once again, I think these ruckmen are going to go at it all day. Bedell and Vilkins. I know Bedell can go all day. I don't know about Vilkins, but
not a problem.
No problems there. So these fellas are going to slog it out from start to finish. Both players left a little bit flat-footed there. The ball went straight up in the air. It was a high bounce, which meant both players had lost their run before it came towards tapping distance. But it was Scotty McFarlane gets the ball down to where James Bury. James couldn't take the ball, and it's kicked down to where it's Brett Stouty. Oh, he's a determined player. Over the ball. Oh, not a kick in the head, but he gets up. Look at the determination there. Comes to where Scotty McScarlett. Oh, Scotty bounces out of a tackle back towards Stouty. Now it comes to where Gary James is over it. Determination there. And I think there was almost two free kicks before that to K&T, but eventually the free kick was paid to Gary James. Kicks down to where along came James. That's James Bury. He's a magnificent player. Once the ball comes down there, you'll see high marking at its best. Big James Bury with a big kick. Oh, it's shrugged.
Oh, the big fella tried to step over there.
I was just trying to think of words. I was going to say he shrugged off a tackle, but then couldn't go on with it. So a bit of a scrimmage developed, and luckily for Geelong and Districts, it's out of bounds when perhaps looked like an answering goal was going to come on the board. We've gone 23 minutes. Siren, is that a short quarter, or are we not coordinating our clocks?
Maybe our clock was turned on a little bit late in that term, I would suggest, because it went for, I would suggest, about 26 minutes in the first term. And, well, a little bit of concern here in the Geelong District camp. Dennis Hines, the coach, Laurie Goldie, chairman of selectors, and, of course, Ray Robertson, who was assistant coach of Corio, who's the GDFL runner here today, and just having a bit of a discussion about that first quarter. We'll be back with the action of that second term shortly, but at quarter time, we see that the scoreboard, the Geelong Football Umpires League first quarter scoreboard show, at quarter time, Geelong District Footy League 3-4-22. They lead KNFT 2-2-14, and back with the action shortly.